What is up, YouTube puzzle pirators? It's been a couple of years since I put out a Yohoho Tools guide, and in addition to that, Krabby the Kid has edited the Yohoho Tools link, at least for Windows. So this is a tutorial for Windows installation. Can't speak to Linux and Mac and all the other stuff, sorry in advance. But this is going to be a Windows tutorial here. It's so simple, but there is a second step for those of you who are interested in doing design competitions and things of that nature. It's going to be a lot easier to edit something that already exists than to try and build a scene or a ship from scratch. So I'm going to show you how to do both. Let's go ahead and start with the installation of Yohoho Tools. Like I said before, this time around, it is so simple. So you're just going to go to Wikipedia, type in Yohoho Tools, if I can type. Yep. All right. And we find ourselves here. And download the official editor to your platform. We're going to go for that. And you can just install it to desktop, whatever. I'm going to double click to run it. Defender Smart Screen has prevented an unrecognized. Just run it anyway. It'll be fine, I promise. All right. And click continue. Don't get cute with this. Leave the destination folder as is because it needs to download kind of next to wherever your Puzzle Pirates file is, and your Puzzle Pirates file automatically goes here. So just leave it and click install, and it's done. Believe it or not. Now you're gonna see a little black screen pop up for just a second, and it's unpacking, and it's done. And not only that, but whenever you download it, the moment that you download it, you're pulling the actual items from the most recent update. So you can see here, I'm recording this December 15th, 2023. This piece of furniture has been out for literally like 5 days. So we know it's updated. Cool. So that's the first step. I know some of you are interested in learning how to use Yohoho Tools, so we're going to do that, but I want to show you the second step first, which is SceneHaul. So SceneHaul can also be found on this page right here, but it takes you to a really weird site, and you can click right here, and you can download it, and that's fine. There's also going to be a link in the description of this video that has my Google Drive link to it. So if you don't trust this website, you can trust the file that I have on Google Drive. So anyways, I have already downloaded it, and it lives right here. So we'll worry about that later. Great. I'm going to close Yohoho Tools for now, because now I'm going to show you how to take a specific area that you want to edit in Yohoho Tools. So there's a folder inside of your computer where all of the scenes inside of Puzzle Pirates are living, so that you don't have to load it from the server side every time. It just loads it the first time. And that is inside this app data roaming folder. So you need to type, let me see if I can't move my little boy here. There we go. You need to go over here and type %appdata%. It's the quickest way to get you into this folder. From here, we're going to Three Rings Design. We're going to Puzzle Pirates. We are going to Scenes. And as you can see, there's this folder here. Now, I recently cleared out this folder, so that's why there's only 3 locations listed here. And in order to make sure that we find the scene that we want to edit as quickly as possible, we're just going to delete the files in this folder. Trust me, it does nothing to your game. My game is still here. I'm still alive. Everything is happy dory dunky dandy. Okay? So that's good for now. Now what we want to do is inside the client, if you haven't already been logged out, go ahead and log off. We're going to reclient just in case. I don't really know the difference, but we'll just make sure. All right. Back into my account I go. And we want to go to the place that we want to edit. So let's try 2 of them, actually. Let's go first to a sloop. Let's say that you're editing a sloop for a design competition. This is the sloop for the kids, which I navigate this ship yearly for the charity event. And let's say that we also want a building. Why not have the showgirls in? Okay, great. Let's see if they've repopulated here. They have. So there's some files here now. Great. That's really all we needed. I'm going to close out of the Puzzle Pirates client now because it's just a bit distracting. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the SceneHaul.jar file and we're going to put it in this folder. So let me just navigate it again so that you can see. %app data %, 3 rings design, Puzzle Pirates. That's the folder. I'm going to take this and put it in here. Okay? And then all we have to do is double click this. Now what's going to happen is there's going to be a new folder that pops up called scenes_xml. It's going to convert those scenes to XML files, which Yohoho Tools can read. So I'm just going to go ahead and run that. Okay. Main deck, main hall. I would imagine that main deck is that boat, and main hall is Admiral Inn. But we're done. We can go ahead and close that out. And now we see this new folder, scenes_xml. Now, I don't know why it does a folder inside of a folder, but I just take this folder here, the emerald.puzzlepirates.com, and shove it in the desktop, and then just delete this folder, scenes_xml. You don't need that. Okay, great. Now, we have officially loaded up some scenes to edit inside of Yohoho Tools. So I'm going to open Yohoho Tools once again. File, open. And it's good to put these on the desktop because this navigation screen is not very helpful. But since it's already right here, I'll just be able to click here. And let's pull up that boat first. So open. Great. And here we are. We can go ahead and practice some editing inside of this scene. So one thing to note is, I'm just going to move my little guy again. This little area down here is the best way to navigate. It looks kind of crazy, but you just grab here in the middle of the square and move around. It's a lot quicker than finding the arrows and doing like this sort of stuff, I find. So I'm just going to get this all nice and centered. And there's really 3 main things that you can do here. So the first tab is up here, and it's placing and removing objects. The second one here is editing the object files, which usually has to do with changing the color. I'm not sure if there are any other uses for this one. And then this one is creating or editing or deleting a portal. Now, every time I try to figure out how this works, this portal thing, I cannot figure it out. So just don't worry about that. Just leave things as is. And if you make a scene, don't even worry about putting the portals down because it's just strange. And I think in the past when I've put these portals down and couldn't like make them connect, it wouldn't let me save the file. So I would just stay away from this unless you really know what you're doing. Okay, so we are going to add some different scenes to it. You'll notice if I just kind of minimize everything over here on this left side screen, I'm just going to kind of minimize absolutely everything so that you can see what's going on. Okay, so you have your base layer, which is things like the floor tiles. So in these scenes, it would be like the ocean. And then you also have, I mean, it's all quite literally floor tiles, right? Once you've had that set up, then you can move on to your object layers here. So you've got adventure, which I'm not really sure why this category is here. It is a little bit unorganized in here, But there are some really cool things in here, but they're just very large, you know, like boom, look at this thing, crazy. So you've got the structures, you've got buildings. So like the actual buildings in Puzzle Pirates, that's kind of fun if you want to make your own island, that sort of stuff. Then Fringe is actually kind of editing the pieces of the base tiles. Very interesting. I wouldn't mess with that unless I knew what I was really doing for sure. Lots of furniture here. But that's a little bit misleading because pretty much from this point out, with the exception of the outdoors and the vessel tab, everything else here is furniture. So you just want to kind of play around in here to see what you're interested in. And you can place it in the scene with the left click. You can delete things in the scene with the right click. And you can recolor things in the scene if they are a recolorable item. So let's take this for example. I can pretty much tell this is recolorable. And it looks like it fits right there. So then I'm going to click this tile up here to edit it. And colorizations. Let's make it, oh, it looks like there's only one color that can be had. So the yellow is persistent, or the banana, or the gold, or whatever you want to think it is. And the persimmon is the thing to change. Great. So if I want to delete this furniture again, I need to go back to the place and delete and use a right click. So that would be how you edit a ship scene. The same can be said for a location. So this is now Admiral Inn. I can go around and click away things. And I can also delete things as well. And place them. I can place more. Doesn't really matter. Whenever you are done editing the color, and, ooh, Atlantean Kraken. Cool. Once you've edited everything you want, you would just go up here and click Save or Save As. And I think, if I remember correctly, there's one thing to note here. I'm just going to save it on the desktop, and I'm going to call it N2. Okay. Looks like everything's saved correctly. Let's see if I can't open it once I've saved it to the desktop. I'm going to leave that, go to Yohoho Tools, File, Open, and N2, Open. Okay, looks like everything's saved. So it's a lot simpler now to do Yohoho Tools. And that in combination with that SceneHaul, and you're going to be able to edit whatever your heart desires. Okay, that was the tutorial. Thanks for watching.